We're here at the Atlantis Hotel. We just saw the eclipse earlier, and I'm here with the official 3rd District Commander of Ohio, Melissa Fowle. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Melissa.
I live in Troy, Ohio. I've been in the American Legion for over 10 years. I'd say about 12, 13 years. I have been holding different positions within my own post, 586. And in the 3rd District, I've been chaplain for a long time and recently went through the chairs for finance officer, 2nd vice commander, 1st vice commander, and now 3rd District commander. I'm involved in Buckeye Boy State, which is a fantastic program, and if you ever get a chance to...
Well, I'm from Ohio, so...
What are you, a junior in high school?
I'll be a senior this year.
Oh, then you missed it. Oh, how terrible for you. It is the most phenomenal program that we have in my people.
So it's a junior and below program?
No, it's actually after you finish your junior year of high school and you are selected by your American Legion post that you can go to this fantastic program. And we're now housed at Miami University in Ohio. But it's a great government program that fosters Americanism, fosters respect for not only the flag but our veterans, and it's great for team building, it's great for leadership, so it's an all-encompassing program in my belief.
All right.
But that's what I do, and on the side, I'm a sign language interpreter within the schools for Miami County.
So are you almost like a teacher then, or just
No, I go around with one student, and we go to all the classes together, and I'll let that student know what is being said, and also if they are not able to voice for themselves, they'll sign to me, and I'm their voice.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it is. I learn something every day.
So you just got out of the, the women's conference?
Women's conference, yes.
How did that go?
It was very well. We were able to share ideas not only on communication, leadership, financial responsibilities and budgeting, but also on our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health and how that all works together.
Yeah. So I've been told that your family has quite a legacy in service. You care. I don't know too much. Who's all in your family serving?
Well, my husband is still actively serving. He's a Chief Master Sergeant at Wright-Patton Air Force Base, and he's a full-time technician there. And he works in the Aerovac squadron. Our oldest daughter is a flight nurse in that same squadron, and her husband is a flight medic in that same squadron.
The Aerovac, now, what exactly is that?
Aerovac is where they take patients from one place and take them to another via airplane.
Oh, okay.
And then, let's see, our second daughter is she was active duty working with the drones, and now she is in avionics in the maintenance squadron at Wright-Pat. Our third daughter was a flight medic at Wright-Pat, but her husband is a mental health technician out in Colorado Springs, so she has transferred out there as an aerovac medic. And our son is in aircrew flight support equipment.
Now, what about your background, your service background?
I was a medic. All my career was at Springfield Air National Guard Unit, and I was with the 178th Hospital, and I ended up being the superintendent of nursing services. And then I retired back in 2002.
And after that, is that where you began getting more involved with the American Legion, like leadership-wise?
Well,
or had you
not
had
for a while. My husband, after he got back from, I can't remember if it was the Second Gulf War, or the Iraqi Freedom War, or if it was after Afghanistan. He's had 5 deployments. But after that, he was what's called 888. It's a solicitation via mail and you can become part of the American Legion, but not attached to a post. And he decided that he wanted to belong to our local American Legion in Tip City, was where we were living at the time. And so he went and did that, and I'm like, well, I'm a veteran. Sure, I want to be in that. So I would go in and, oh, do you want the ladies auxiliary? No, I'm a veteran. I want to be part of the Legionnaires. So that's how I got into that, and I wanted to be involved. And at that time, they had an opening for a chaplain. And so I said, how can I help? They said, do you want to be a chaplain? I said, sure. So that's how I got into the leadership.
What else does the chaplain do?
The chaplain has the responsibilities of, well, American Legion, our motto is for God and country, so God should come first. So you were there to provide prayers before the meeting started and after the meeting ended. And then I took it a little bit more, that we had this manual and this award for Father Duffy Award for your post, and I guess Chaplain of the Year came along with that, but that wasn't the focus. It was like, here's what you can do. And so I would have things, there's a visiting those who are in nursing homes or sick, sending cards out, just letting somebody know that you care.
Yeah.
That was part of it. Another part of it was doing the four chaplains ceremony, and that was about four chaplains on USS Dorchester during World War II. They were on this transport going to Europe, and they were torpedoed twice. And these four chaplains helped the young men get off the boat in an orderly fashion, just being calm and just saying, here, you do this, you do this. And then there were no more life jackets to give out, and so they took theirs off and gave them to other people. And then they went down arm in arm, praying to God in four different religions, and just coming together and being just figures of inspiration, I think.
Yeah.
And just giving their lives for others so that others could live, and just taking that example within us. And it's just a phenomenal program ceremony. So we would do things like that, organizing coat drives or food drives, or doing stuff for our soldiers and airmen overseas, and helping out with things like that. So that's what I started doing, and so that's a lot what chaplains can do, or they need to do more or less. It just depends on your beliefs, your work ethic, or sometimes your time.
So it was dedicated to those that sacrificed their lives?
Yes.
All right. Now, moving on to the next topic, the incoming national commander is the first female national commander. I was wondering, are you the first of yours in the 3rd district? Are you the first female?
I believe I'm the third one.
The third one of the 3rd district?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you're not the first female. There have been more before.
Yes.
That's I think, pretty, not exciting, but, that's good that women are able to get to that kind of position, too.
Well, traditionally, the Legion family has been men, and the ladies were in the ladies' auxiliary.
Yeah.
But more and more, we're becoming an integral part of the Legionnaires, and it's not just the men's meeting now. So it's a Legion meeting. It's being accepted for who we are and what we can bring to the table, and being validated, maybe. But it's a really nice feeling that we're in this movement of incorporating more and more of the Lady Legionnaires and being valued as such.
Yeah.
So that's been kind of cool.
Well, I think what you're saying with that, just, would you like to see even more women come to that sort of level of, not power, but that position?
What, as a national commander?
Not as national commander, but like you're the 3rd district commander. the national commander, like you were saying, more and more women, would you like to see even more come into the American Legion?
Yeah, I would like, actually, I would like to see any veteran come into the American Legion if they're eligible. Because when I was looking for all the people, all the appointments that I had to make, I'm looking at men and women, looking at different races, looking at different backgrounds, looking at different ages. Because some of the older ways are good, and they have a lot of experience and a lot of information to pass along. And then you've got these new, upcoming, younger veterans, and they have a lot of technology, they have a lot of skill sets, they have different experiences than what the older members do. And it's so nice to be able to incorporate all of that to come together to a cohesive unit, and then we can use skill sets from this guy and take it over to this lady and saying, you guys have things that can complement each other. Can you help out with this program, or to make something better than what we have now? And it's kind of cool that we can take so many different aspects of who we are and come out and make things better than what we had before.
Sort of making it broader. It's not older veterans. It's new veterans. All sort, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of see what you're saying. Is there anything else you would want to talk about?
Such as
the American Legion, anything going on recently, any conferences or?
Well, we have this convention here, and actually it's my first one because I usually work in a school system, and so I try not to go and be absent from my students very long. But this is a very important one for me to go to, and I'm amazed in all the people that I'm meeting and all the things that they're bringing to the table, all the thoughts, all the ideas that we can incorporate to make who we are maybe more visible, more useful to veterans, and sharing experiences so that we know, oh, then I'm not the only one experiencing this. And so that makes it really nice because we can make people feel that they're not alone in what they're going through. There's somebody else who has something maybe not exactly the same, but very, very similar, that one understands what I'm going through. So that's been really neat. For the 3rd District, we're going to be having our fall conference, and that'll be in September in Greene County. We have 7 counties that make up the 3rd District. And it's really neat to be able to go out to all these different posts and see small, big, you guys have different programs that you do, and to be able to talk about it. So getting people to talk more about who they are and what they do. Also trying to get our Legion posts more into the computer age. Yeah. Believe it or not, some people don't even have emails. They still have flip phones, and there's nothing wrong with flip phones, but because we have all this technology at our fingers, it is really hard for the older generation to get into that if they haven't been involved in computers before. So just trying to get them into the digital age and try to get them to become more
modern age almost?
To be more interesting to the younger veterans.
Yeah, something that can catch their eye.
Yes.
Well, that sort of goes along, actually. I'm kind of glad you brought that up because that reminded me of the mission I'm with. I'm with my class IMTV, but we have a partnership with our local VFW and the American Legion, the Veterans Digital Library, which has a lot of aspects like you were just talking about. And what the mission basically is trying to get as much information, pictures, a biography about all the veterans, new, old, whatever, and digitalize it so that it can't be lost, so that it's always remembered. We want to make a really nice, sort of like you're saying, a modern age technical program, and we want to have something that can get the new veterans, but we're also trying to educate some of the older veterans about this and saying, hey, you know, you can go on your phone and you can watch these videos, you can see these biographies, you can see yourself, all of that. I think that's really important.
Is this just for Dark County?
No. Our base is in Greenville at the VFW, but we're wanting to expand it nationwide. I mean, we're wanting to see this grow as much as possible. But this, like you were talking about, that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to get all sorts of veterans, and on our trip so far from Ohio to here, I think we've already done a decent job of getting a lot of older veterans and them saying, hey, that's pretty cool, you know. I think they've really been interested in that, and I hope that working with the American Legion, we're able to expand that even further.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that there's interest in not only the veterans now, but the veterans before, and getting something before it's all lost. Because there's so many that are unfortunately dying these days, and their stories are being lost with them.
Right. So I think and like I said, that's something especially them, because that's something that, as the years go by, will be harder and harder to keep track of, and we want to make sure that's not lost forever, because I think it's pretty important that all veterans are remembered fondly.
I think so too. Thank you for that.
Anything else you want to talk about? Or is that just about it?
I couldn't think of anything else, but if something comes up, I'm sure I can talk to you again.
Now, are you going to talk to your student? Are you going to tell them about your trip here, or?
On Friday, which is the first day of school, I told, the classes, I won't be here next week, and, where are you going? Why are you going? So, and what does it mean that for the American Legion, what do you do as commander? So I was able to talk to them a little bit about what we do, who we are.
Were they excited for you?
I think more for the fact that I was going to Reno. It's more exciting than anything else. Yeah, it is. I've really enjoyed my time here.
Is this your first time in Reno?
Actually, no. When I was 4, we went to California where my aunt lives, and then on our way back, Mom and Dad said that we stopped here, and the hotel had babysitting service while they went out. Were able to go on the floor a little bit, so that was my first experience. But I don't quite remember it very well.
Kind of foggy back there.
Yeah, but that's the only other time I've been in Reno.
All right. Well, I think that just about covers it. Again, I'm here with Melissa Fowle, and I think this is just about it. So we're signing off.